Hello. Oh, sorry, my dog's barking. So I don't normally come on live on a Sunday, partly because on a Sunday, unless I'm doing something specific, I would very rarely get dressed or washed for that matter. And I've been doing a lot of tidying and sorting. I've got years worth of paperwork in my office, ridiculous amount of empty pads that I've never used and not realised that they're there. So I've just been having a massive clear out and it feels really good. But I just wanted to hop on because, as a lot of you will know, I've been writing my book, which is different to the manuals that I've got. The manuals are more just general metaphors, examples of how to put the principles into action, I suppose, or just what the principles are for families. But this book, Anxiety is a, which I won't say in case anybody young's listening, is really about my journey, and I suppose all of the chapters are about something that I really struggled with in terms of anxiety, and then an explanation or sharing with you how I now see that, because the way that we come out from feeling really stressed and overwhelmed is through having insights into our life. And you know, what is an insight? An insight is us suddenly seeing something from a different perspective or perception. And what's really fascinating is writing this book and reading it back again a million times is I've literally had more insights myself just reading it. Because even though they're my words and they're in my head, sometimes I think getting it out and, I don't know, reading it back is really like, I suppose the big thing for me that has stood out in me writing this book is I cannot believe, I just can't almost get my head back into that person who was so anxious and at times not even realising half the time, like it literally dictated my whole bloody life. Hi. And I just can't believe how much it dictated my life. Like everything I did, from work to relationships to making the decision to have a child to having a child, literally everything was governed by my anxiety. Like I can't, like when I look back, I'm like, oh my God, how did I manage? Like I don't know how I managed. And I suppose that's a really nice thing because obviously I see it extremely differently now. But it has been a real eye-opener for me writing this book, because at times I would have gone through my life thinking, yeah, I'm fine, I've got it all sussed. And, you know, in a lot of ways I was successful. I've always been successful in most areas of my life. But I didn't realise I defined success so much by how anxious or not I was, and how much how much value I gave anxiety, which was just created through my thoughts and my experience of life. But gosh, it was a huge thing. And so in a way it's been actually quite therapeutic for me writing this book. I've gone to write it many times, as I've said before in posts. I've gone to write it so many times and I've got so far and I've stopped. And I think there was something there about me resisting, like, well, am I okay enough to write this book? You know, should I be sharing so much vulnerability with people? All of these ifs and buts and what ifs that over the last probably 24 months just started to fall away. And so therefore I'll just get on with it and do it. But that's the biggest thing that stuck out for me. And that's the biggest hope I have with anyone for this book, is that they will read it and they will start to reflect on, oh my word, how much of my life is governed by anxiety or stress or worrying about other people or getting it right, being successful. There's so many things that actually in the grand scheme of things, much further down the line, we think, well, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. And the other thing, which sounds a bit weird, but I've realised how I was so scared about death and about how my life would come to an end and I hadn't succeeded and achieved everything I wanted and it would be a waste. And it was, and yet the thing I realise now is that even the bad days I have, I appreciate them and they just are what they are. And I'm not afraid of whether my life will end in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40, because I don't know, and it's not something I can control. but I've really enjoyed writing it. Well, actually, that's not strictly true. I have enjoyed writing it, but I have struggled at times just to put pen to paper and bloody get on with it because I procrastinate. But what I have come out of it is almost like, it feels like a chapter that I'm closing. It feels like I've been able to reflect and go, oh my word, I have come so far. And this is my hope for other people who have already ordered the book or who will order the book in the future, that they will also realise, be able to take a step back, and in this kind of place where we get ourselves, where we're so consumed by anxiety and so consumed by how terrible we're doing and the expectations and what we've not achieved, to take a step back, see the much bigger picture and realise that we're just a tiny drop in that ocean and that we're bloody okay. So I just wanted to share that really. So I think that's my biggest finding through doing this, and actually really glad I've had the opportunity to do it, and I just hope it helps lots of other people. I'm just putting a link for it in here, david.com, for anyone that wants to have a look. It's out for pre-order. It will be delivered in September. I've been a bit brief because I don't know when in September. Oh my goodness me, the dog is attacking me. Marple. So I don't know what date, but I will update people. And also I'm going to do some live videos and live feeds for those that have ordered the book, so that I can kind of talk you through it really, and you can have the opportunity to ask me any questions. Judy Williams, I'm getting better every day. Fantastic. That's what I like to hear. Okay, I'll leave it there. Oh, sorry. Marple! Look at this dog going wild. Marple! Wait! Marple! He's excited because May has been out and she's just got back. Put him on the floor if he's getting nippy. Okay.
Tail wagging.
Marple!
How many people are
Say hello. Right, I'm going to leave it there. As I say, I don't normally come on a Sunday night. I'm actually quite ashamed of the way I look right now. Say hi.
Hi. Let me come.
Hey, growling. And then we've got cats too. It's like a flipping animal sanctuary. Hey! What are you growling at? Hey! May I put him on the floor? Don't let him do that to you, please. Okay, right. I will catch up with you all very soon. Take care.